Turkish Airlines has been given the right to fly 21 flights to Australia per week. The Transport Minister, Catherine King, has quietly signed off on the deal, which would see the carrier increase flights to the country by 2025. Joining us live now, the Chief Investment Officer at the Motley Fool, Scott Phillips. Yeah, quiet indeed. What more can you tell us about this one, Scott?
Pete, you're absolutely right. Quiet is the word, isn't it? No fanfare. Given the discussions and the ultimate decision around Qatar Airways, it's a fascinating decision. The government will probably want us to believe this is a case of letting Turkish Airlines in for the reasons of competition, but keeping Qatar out for reasons of other maybe geopolitical issues, and we've talked about those in the past. Whether that's true or whether this is a bit of a face-saving exercise, given the really massive community pushback about the original decision, maybe we can speculate on that one. It should hopefully mean more competition on international airfares going from Australia to the rest of the world. Still, no additional competition locally, by the way. Still very significant sky-high prices and pretty high airline profits as well. But look, there's no significant reason why, short of national security concerns, Qantas needs to be protected from competition on either international or domestic routes, and hopefully it does mean more competition in the space.
I guess that Qatar will be singing that "What About Me" song, Scott.
Exactly. Hey? Well, this is the thing, right? And so we were kind of entitled to draw our own conclusions at the time. Government belatedly saying, well, it's because Qatar Airways didn't exactly treat people well. Maybe Qatar itself didn't exactly treat some Australian tourists well. We know there were reports of women being strip searched on the tarmac, which is just awful news. So there is some justification potentially if that was the reason for the decision. It was a little bit clouded in controversy at the time. The best news, I suppose, is overall it does mean more competition on Australian skies. But as you say, whenever you make those decisions, you choose one over the other. You are inviting that "what about me" question, and certainly potential geopolitical fallout as well.
Let's go to this another development in global shipping. BP has paused all Red Sea shipments in the past few hours, Scott, after Houthi rebel attacks. What's this going to do to the oil price?
Yeah, it's all we need, isn't it? I mean, the oil price has kind of been drifting down a little bit. Diesel for the first time in a million years was under $2 a litre the other day, which was nice, but maybe not for much longer. Look, specifically, the market tends to shoot first and ask questions later, honestly, Pete, so I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a spike just on concerns on the risk this may pose to oil supply. Desperately hopeful, of course, this can be resolved. There is no reason why the world's militaries and governments can't resolve this one. We know across Africa there's been issues of that for a long time, and they've found reasonable ways to resolve it. It's the wrong time and the wrong place for this to be coming to the fore. We were worried for a long time about the Middle East conflict becoming a larger conflict. I don't think many people had Red Sea piracy on their bingo cards, but that's where we find ourselves.
Scott Phillips, good to see you as always, and Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you, mate.